Welcome to the Konoha Corner Manga Quickie. Hello and welcome to the Konoha Corner Quickie. This is for chapter 575. I know a lot of people were like, how do you find it? How do you find it? Because, Manga Fox stopped putting up all their Shonen Jump stuff. And everybody was posting from this one site. I'm not going to say what it is because I don't actually give a damn. But everybody was on Facebook today was posting on that, and I had to remove some stuff from Konoha Corner because we're not about posting the scanlations and stuff on our page. So please leave those off. If you don't know what the consequences for posting that are, then go to the Konoha Corner website and check the status. I have a long paragraph telling everybody what the consequences for posting scanlations on our fan page are. Alrighty, let's actually talk about the manga. Madara versus the Five Kage is what this was mainly about today. And so it seems like Jiraiya got his wish. He was like, it's totally going to be them, and then we got Kabuto time, so it's going to be really fun when this gets on Shonen Jump Alpha, and we have Yondi doing Kaburochi dialogue again. It'll be nice.
Kaburochi!
Kaburochi!
He come to kill you in like a meatball!
And then we, get this giant forest with a big-ass plant, and it looks like Onoki is about to die, and his life is flashing before his eyes. Can I just say that motherfucker had a big nose even as a kid?
He did.
Oh, I gotta say it.
Well, at least it didn't grow.
And whoever his dad is, that dude's mustache looks like a really jacked up comb.
I think that's the previous Kage, isn't it? Before him?
Yeah. But I figured Mu was the Kage.
Well,
maybe Mu was his teacher.
No, I think, remember, you don't really determine Hokage just because someone dies or not. This could have been the Tsuchi Kage before Mu.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, that's true. And then we flash forward to see him get his ass whipped by Madara. And he's like, yeah, and then he's like old and he's like, oh, I know, I'm not doing a good job of describing. Fuck it. He basically tears away at the forest, uses this ultimate jutsu, and kind of revives the other Kage in a way. And then that ripped off part of Madara's chest, and you see that he's got Shinju Hashirama, or the Shodaime Hokage's cells implanted in him. His face is sticking out of his chest. That's one weird looking titty.
So that's what he was staring at.
Well, it was either that or he's checking himself out. He's like, did you get my junk right?
Nah, he put boobs there.
It's like he looked at it and he was like, that's exactly the size I asked for. So.
Like, oh man, you couldn't have made him just a tad bit bigger?
And this all ends with Sasuke hopping through the forest. Then he looks up and he sees Itachi hopping through the trees. I like how it's got super stun face for Sasuke, and Itachi's not even bothering to look at him. Itachi damn sure knows Sasuke's there, and he's just like,
yeah,
whatever. Because he entrusted Sasuke to Naruto, so I don't think he's gonna make a big deal out of seeing Sasuke again. So this was a damn sight better than last week's chapter, which was basically the bipolar hour. Though there were some good points raised about last week's chapter. I just wanted to kind of go over real quick some of this stuff. We'll move on to predictions and or debunking or talking about some sharing some of the rumors going around in the rumor mill. So, Tobi, you got a prediction?
First of all, just by seeing Onoki's complete badassery, and him pretty much being the only guy who's actually doing something, unlike you, Gaara. Anyway, I actually predict, but there's going to be more to the fight with Madara, and then there's going to be the whole fighting with Itachi and Sasuke. But I kind of think that this was a bad time to put the whole Itachi versus Sasuke thing, because they just started up the Madara versus the five Kages again.
I'm really hoping that they don't do an Itachi versus Sasuke moment.
Well, Sasuke's going to hunt Itachi down, have questions like, how are you alive, and all this stuff.
Oh, I'm pretty sure he understands what Edo Tensei is, and he knows that they're probably using it. It's just, it caught him off guard at the very least.
Maybe.
Everybody's building up this whole Itachi Sasuke thing, and I'm like, I don't even want it to happen. Like, I'd rather Itachi just be whooping the shit out of Kabuto and just moving on.
I also have a feeling Suigetsu's little scroll from Orochimaru's lair is going to have, I think it's going to have like some kind of way to actually destroy the Edo Tensei, or maybe Orochimaru knew that one day Kabuto would merge him with his body, so maybe it'd be like a way to strip him of his powers or something.
Or it may contain even more information about the Senju and the Uchiha.
Pretty much, probably.
Because this whole technique, Kabuto was able to pull off this whole technique because of information that Orochimaru had gathered. Like, Orochimaru had gathered even more information than what Danzo had.
But to think about how close Orochimaru and Kabuto were, I'm really surprised that there were some things even that Orochimaru had that even Kaburochi wouldn't know.
I'd be surprised too. Alright, Ino, would you like to make a statement?
I'm good.
You're like, fuck this, I don't want
I agree with. I agree. The only thing, like, I doubt they won't, just because of how like suspenseful the Madara versus the five Kages would be. I highly doubt they'd go into anything between Sasuke and Itachi. It's probably just like, oh, this is gonna happen eventually, but I don't know. It just depends.
I figure if Itachi is going to show up, I would like it to be when Sasuke and Naruto are fighting, and that be when Sasuke turns. Everybody's got this whole thing where, oh, Sasuke's gonna fight Itachi and then he's gonna become good again. No, I think it's gonna be, because Kishimoto's already said that Naruto and Sasuke are gonna end up fighting each other. So, I mean, he's done an OVA already. The two of them will face off against each other. And it'll be serious. It won't be, oh, Itachi turned Sasuke and now he's like, they're play fighting or whatever. They're not really going like they will go full out against each other.
Yeah, it's
not
like
it's gone that too far to let it just be that.
I think that this whole thing of Itachi turning Sasuke back to the good side is just wishful thinking on a lot of people's parts.
Yeah, so. It's not like Itachi's gonna walk up to Sasuke, just slap him in the face and say, "What the hell are you doing?"
Oh, I'd love it if he did, though.
But I think Sasuke's way too far down the gutter. In fact, I'm a little bit confused about if Itachi can do anything because his eyes are now implanted into Sasuke. Or was this all his plan? Was this?
Well, I know one of the things was that a lot of people complained about was that for the last 2 weeks we haven't had a lot of action, and I was like, they were saying there wasn't much action in this chapter. I was like, well, shit, there was a ton of action. Madara versus the five Kages was action. But I mean,
they're just. I think the manga was kind of boring, but once the anime kicks out and you can actually see all the tailed beasts in the battles and all that other stuff, I think they'll all like the anime.
The other thing is the manga incorporates like a couple of chapters. They do at least 2 or 3 chapters of the manga in one episode. So it actually moves things along at a much quicker pace. The manga may seem slower, but once this war kicks off, you're going to find that the anime is going to start catching up to the manga pretty quick. But I mean, that's just how I feel. Now, there's a big rumor going around right now that Tsuchikage is about to die.
You can't kill him. He's too epic.
Well,
I was actually thinking that just from this battle right here, it's like,
if they kill him off, it's going to be like some huge dramatic sadness.
And they're saying that because of things being done in this chapter, that Orochimaru had knowledge about the Rinnegan and tried to experiment about it with Danzo. So apparently Orochimaru knew a hell of a lot. There's still people that are crying out that Orochimaru is going to reappear through Kabuto. And I'm like, I hope not. I really would like for Orochimaru to be done and over with.
Well, Orochimaru was pretty much sealed up in that whole jutsu that Itachi used.
Yeah, to a point, but Orochimaru and Kabuto have kind of merged, sort of.
Do you think Orochimaru could have known a technique where his consciousness can basically remain even within a single cell?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it could.
That would be rather freaky because, even if you fuse him with it, his consciousness will be there, and eventually, just like a cockroach, he'll crawl right back up into power.
That's what everybody's saying, is like they think it's going to be that way. Now, I'm in agreement with you on I don't think that's possible. Like I don't see his personality coming out.
Yeah.
His powers and everything, yes, and like the Orochimaru side trying to take over, like his body becoming more and more Orochimaru-like as opposed to what it was. But no, Kabuto's whole thing is to surpass Orochimaru, and I fully believe that he has. Just by not getting swallowed up by Orochimaru.
Well, I think everyone thought he was dead when Sasuke absorbed his power. But no, he came back.
Uh-huh.
So what would be the point of bringing him back again? That'd be like, oh crap, this can't die.
What's going to be really interesting is if he does show up again, I'm pretty sure it's going to be Itachi yet again that puts him down. If he does pop back up, I'm pretty sure we're just going to see a repeat of him getting sealed away by the Tsukiyomi.
But I think Itachi's at a disadvantage though.
By Susanoo.
I mean, after all, I'm seeing sort of a balance. You think Sasuke will eventually get the Rinnegan because Madara was able to?
Well, it's the Rinnegan was basically it came to be through a combination of Uchiha and Senju, I think is the point. Like in order to obtain Rinnegan, Madara had to take some of the first Hokage's shells and put them in his body. So,
well, that doesn't really explain much for Pain. I mean, he didn't have the Senju cells either.
Yeah, he did. As Uzumaki, he's descended from the Senju.
I'm thinking maybe Tobi had like a little trick up his sleeve and did that with Sasuke.
Tobi probably put some Uchiha cells into Pain because the Senju and the Uzumaki are distant relatives, so it does explain why Pain would have Rinnegan ability.
I know this may sound weird, but any chance that I don't know, any chance that maybe like at the very end when basically Tobi tries to take over the world and everything, I know there's not really a good enough chance if Sasuke will turn good or not, but if so, do you think Sasuke will like turn good and it would be Sasuke and Naruto who actually defeat Tobi together?
That's one of the things that I was thinking about too. My whole thing is like they will either fight him together, or one of them is going to sacrifice themselves for the other, and that one is going to fight Madara or Tobi or whatever you call him.
But I still have a feeling like
Emperor.
I still think Tobi is secretly the Ten Tails' consciousness, because if each tail beast has its own mind, its own consciousness, its own thought, I really think that the Ten Tails had that exact same thing. Would that mean like a different personality or something?
I don't know.
It could have possessed a body a long time ago, and maybe it's just moving about. I mean, we do not know exactly who Tobi is, except he's an old man.
All we know is that he's old.
And he seems to know a lot. So, pretty much like a guy who's travels through time. Like he's been there in every battle. He knows everything. I would expect him to if he knew all about the Sage of Six Paths and everything, he would have had some kind of contact with the Sage or something. Maybe being the Ten Tails, he would know and was sealed inside him. And then when the chakra was split up and the body was sealed into the moon, the consciousness was just dropped somewhere like a separate entity.
All right. Anything else you want to add, Ina?
I'm good.
You feel pretty intimidated already, huh?
I just don't want Onoki to die. He's way too cool. Besides, everyone loves my voice. If he dies, that'd be no more Tsuchikage and old man voice.
So basically, you don't want him to die out of sheer ego.
No. Plus, everyone in the series loves him.
A couple of things that I wanted to point out. One person said that the scroll that Suigetsu found might be about the first Hokage experiment. So he was saying that this chapter could have hinted at it. The chapter felt really quick, but that was mostly because it was a lot of double-page spreads. So, a lot. I mean, it's like, oh, yeah, that feels so quick. But trust me, when they were drawing all this crap, it took forever. And just remember, Kishimoto's already finished 576, 77, and 78. Like, he's got everything done for the rest of this month already and turned in. Because they have to turn everything in 3 months, or 3 weeks in advance, or 3 chapters in advance. And so I wouldn't be surprised if he's already turned in all this stuff for March and everything.
Like, I'm just gonna keep you guys guessing, you know.
Right? I love how he's just keeping us all guessing. But he's writing all of these out 5-6 chapter arcs. He knows the arcs that he's gonna take with this. He already knows how everything's gonna begin and end. So just have faith, guys. I mean, you guys are just reading it chapter by chapter, thinking, "Oh, he's writing the next chapter already." I'm like, no, dude, he's writing the chapter that's like 5 weeks in advance of what's going on right now. It's just deal with it. It's okay. So yeah, somebody actually pointed something out here that I thought was cool. The Rinnegan was activated because of some of her Hashirama's DNA was integrated, not some sort of freak pregnancy that an Edo Madara and Hashirama were born. It has created a super freak of an Edo, but there is a weakness, and that scroll that Suigetsu found last week was the weak link for it, possibly. Alright, second, unless somehow, someway, Orochimaru is unsealed from Itachi's sword, he is not coming back. I believe Itachi is just passing by Sasuke. Itachi isn't even bothering to slow down to acknowledge Sasuke. Itachi's goal is to stop Kabuto, and he needs to do it ASAP. Without Edo Madara being undone soon, there will be a lot more casualties besides the Kages. Sasuke has a look of surprise on his face. Sasuke's goal after seeing Itachi may be to head to the 5 Kage field to test his true powers against an Edo Madara, even though he wants to fight Naruto so bad. Also, if they are crossing paths, Sasuke is heading towards the Kage battle versus Madara, not Naruto. Where did Itachi come from? The Kage battlefield. I don't know if he came directly from the Kage battlefield. Like, there's people spread out all over the place, so you can't just make that assumption.
That was a Naruto clone that was at the battlefield. The real Naruto was basically skipping trees with B.
With B. So actually, no, he was headed towards where Naruto is. If he's passing Itachi, he is exactly headed towards Naruto.
That's his goal, is it not?
Right.
He got that information from Zetsu.
Right. And I mean, there's been a lot of people in here. Sasuke with Hashirama chest head, with Hashirama chest head and Rinnegan, plus Naruto with his Sage Mode and his Biju Yang energy equals extremely powered flower. Sakura means a certain flower, right? Maybe she will blossom some more as well. Yeah.
I just had no idea that Madara took up gardening. No. What I want to see Madara do is I want him to animate these flowers and have giant flower monsters and attack. That was a complete derp moment right there.
Well, here's another view of the tablet, though. The scroll that was found explains how someone can make the Sage of the 6 Paths. I think that there was more on the tablet in the Uchiha Shrine than just how to control a tailed beast. I think it explains that the bloodline of the Uchiha mixed with that of the Senju clan can allow a person to gain the powers of the Sage of 6 Paths. Madara fought the first Hokage not only because of hatred, realizing that the Senju clan represents the descendants of the Sage of 6 Paths' son, but also because Madara knew that the only way to become the Sage of 6 Paths Reborn was to force this merger, and the only way to do that was through battle. We are going to find out that in the battle between Madara and the first Hokage, that while the original Madara was defeated, he had already created a clone of himself, knowing that to realize the Moon's Eye plan, Madara needed to become the Sage of 6 Paths Reborn, and to do that he needed to recover all that was lost when the Sage of 6 Paths died. Madara realized that he needed to follow all the bloodlines to get the pieces that made up the Sage of 6 Paths, i.e. Rinnegan, remnants of the Senju clan, perhaps even later the Byakugan. Only time will tell. So, their prediction is that Tobi is a clone of Madara. Interesting. I'm not the only one that had an issue with this. Is it me, or does the Tsuchikage's mustache look like a piano?
Well, you got to think about it this way. Mu had a substitution jutsu that allowed him to split in half completely.
That's true.
So maybe there was a technique that allowed Madara to do this.
Here's another thing that I think is kind of worth exploring. Somebody pointed out, wonder what that deal is with the black dot on Kabuto's hand.
Black dot?
It's just a black dot to you. Okay.
Well, it's not like he has the wind tunnel or anything.
So this anonymously anonymous guy keeps on yelling about how Orochimaru will appear. Orochimaru will appear just like Hashirama appeared in Madara and Danzo despite being sealed in the Death Reaper. Get it? Yes, even I have a feeling Sasuke and Itachi may not fight. Itachi seems focused on his goal. Whatever will happen, though, only Kishi can tell. Oh, there's people asking why Danzo wasn't resurrected. Okay.
Who would want him back?
Aha! See, somebody else said it. Itachi didn't come from the Kage battlefield. He was carrying Nagato when they encountered Naruto and B midway. Had a fight at some secluded place, and then Itachi started on his mission to destroy Kabuto. Read the manga again.
Nice.
That's great. I love this. So, yeah, I mean, that's most of what we've got to discuss this chapter. I mean, again, it's a quickie. That's how it's supposed to be. So, I'm Gaara.
I'm Tobi.
And I'm Ino.
We're signing out. Peace.